Hey, what's going on, everyone? Nate Scott here, author of Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth. Just now finished having coffee with a dear friend, Jackie Boyd, a real estate agent in Jacksonville, Florida. And in speaking with her, she suggested that I share this message that I share with her. And it's very simple. In 2015, I was invited to speak at an event about my book, Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth. At that event, I heard a presentation about this company that I'd known of over 20 years. I knew the company was great. I knew the products were great, but I never looked at it because of how people approached me. The way they approached me gave me the impression as if it was an MLM or direct sales company like an Amway or Mary Kay or an Avon. And though I don't have an issue with the models, I wasn't interested in that. However, when I heard the presentation in its entirety, the first thing I said was it was not the company's fault that I've been getting the wrong information. The next thing I said was that I was already teaching people that finances are 80% behavior, 20% know-how. So I made a head decision. I said, if I got people to shop online, beginning with myself, then that means I'd be looking at my expenses. And if you're looking at your expenses, then you'd have to track your expenses. And tracking is the first step to creating a budget. Does that make sense? I made a decision to open up an account. The membership was $19 a year, much like a Sam's Club or a Costco membership, to give myself access to the products that were manufactured by this particular manufacturer. The next thing I did was I said I would evaluate the pricing of the products, the cost of shipping, the quality of the products, and customer service. Knowing if I could prove those four things, I'd have a great tool to show people how to implement the strategies that I teach in my book. Now, it was 3 years later, in January 2018, when things took a shift. That's when I read the lung damage study that said cleaning your home just once per week with certain products, bleach, ammonia, scrubbing bubbles, Pine Sol, Lysol, Fabuloso, has the equivalent impact on your lung capacity as smoking a pack of cigarettes per day for 20 years. A family, I grew up in the South, in Georgia, hearing if it doesn't smell like bleach, it's not clean. My mother-in-law is a breast cancer survivor. My father-in-law passed away from pancreatic cancer. My grandmother passed January 12, 2020 after a bout with cancer. And my wife's sister passed November 1st, 2020 after a bout with cancer. It was in that moment that I made a decision that I had a responsibility to share this message. And the message is very simple. Prevention is a cure, and stop cleaning dirt with poison. And so my invitation to each and every one of you as you're listening to this is simply me saying, take the same evaluation that I did. Just simply consider evaluating the pricing, the shipping, and the quality of the products to determine whether or not it would make sense for you to choose to buy there versus buying from where you're normally buying. Are you willing to consider a different brand or a different store? If you're not brand loyal and you're looking for things that are in the best interest of you and your family, then I invite you to do what I did 10 years ago. Simply open up an account, $19 a year, place your initial order to activate it, to gain access to over 450 products that we already are buying. Same dollars, better spent. If you don't find something that you like, it's no problem. It's not an auto ship. You're not stuck in any long contract. You're just taking a look inside to see whether or not you can have the experience that I had and have had since August 2015. If this resonates with you, then please don't hesitate to reach out. I can answer any questions that you may have. Take a look at the 3-minute video that I recorded and that I placed in the comments. And if that resonates with you and you want to see the actual 12-minute overview, then message me and I'll drop it to you. All right? But most importantly, if you know anyone that may have a desire to reduce the risk of heart disease, reduce the risk of cancer, or to reduce overtaxation, then please refer them to me. I'd appreciate that introduction. Again, this is Nate Scott, author of Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth. Take care.